team that, when they were going well, scored runs in bunches. They hit 198 home runs in the regular season, 5th most in the American League. They have just 2 extra base hits in this series. One of the reasons they're having a hard time getting those runners in once they're on base. Swinging and missing, coming away. A.J. Hinch, the Tiger manager. As Todd said at the outset, he thinks the key for the offense is to stop swinging at bad pitches. A lot of swing and miss during that fade at the end of the regular season. They finished at 87 and 75, tied with Houston for the last wild card, and got into the playoffs by virtue of their edge over the Astros head-to-head.
See, that's the second time on that cutter. A little off balance. When the guy's throwing the cutter on the outside corner, looks like a fastball, falls off just a little bit, gets you off kilter.
27 and 7 in the regular season in 23 starts. That's line to left, and Stephen Kwan makes the winning catch.
Okay, that's it. I want the Tigers to win. Tigers all the way.
In the previous 2 days. So the shadows are going to be a factor earlier in this game than they have been in the previous 2. They were an issue late in yesterday's game, which was tied at 1 until the Guardians scored 5 times in the 8th inning to win Game 2 6-1 after the Tigers took the first game here on Tuesday 2-1 with 2 unearned runs. Kerry Carpenter, the DH, has moved up 1 spot in the batting order today.
They're looking for this guy right here to lift and
Kerry Carpenter.
Mostly anytime he's up there. Hasn't done too much damage with the power numbers just yet.
Foul over by the Cleveland dugout on the third base side. Carpenter's 3 for 8. Only 2 other players in this series have multiple hits. Riley Green and Javier Baez, both for Detroit. They've had plenty of men on base, they just haven't been able to get them in. Now play to the left again. Braxton coming in for this big game. Looks like we might have the biggest crowd of the 3. Still a few empty seats. A lot of people have to work or go to school. The 1-2 pitch, he tried to check his swing. They're wondering it's a foul ball. And the look-at umpire David Rackley saying it is a foul ball.
Interesting enough, he actually took the ball. Had a Naylor's glove there to see.
It looked like he did just get a piece of it. It hit the ground. That changeup is in the dirt.
We've seen that twice now. Usually the home plate umpire checks with the corner umpire to see if it went in the dirt or not. Took action into his own hand, David Rackley.
He has the plate today. Those shadows will be around the home plate area soon. Backdoor curveball miss. Tony has postseason experience as a rookie with Arizona in 2023. He got into 2 playoff games. He's gone to a full count with each of the first 2 hitters this afternoon. And Carpenter takes ball 4. So
Yes, all 4.
In his second season, 3-1 in elimination games. They beat the Tigers in a Game 5 of the ALDS last year. Fastball taken by Ansel Perez for strike 1, hitting 3rd today. In the number 3 spot, just 18 times.
Like here's the voice next Winfield Perez.
A.J. Hinch constantly takers with his lineups. switch hitter in there between Carpenter, a left-handed batter, and Torkelson, a right-handed hitter. The 0-2 pitch is a high-riding fastball.
You can see Ciccone here at 97 miles an hour. His fastball has gone up over the last couple months here, a tick above, and now 97. Adrenaline.
He's pitched more innings than he ever has in a professional season. He misses up and away with the curveball. 132 innings pitched, the most he's ever pitched major leagues or minor leagues.
That's pretty incredible right there. Over a mile per hour faster each month as he went on. Usually it ticks down lower.
Foul ball and a high fastball. We asked Stephen Vogt about that. He said he doesn't really know the answer. Perhaps he's just done more in terms of strength and conditioning. We've seen the great work you saw Carl Willis, the pitching coach, he has done with this young staff. With the catcher, Bo Naylor, picked up the year in his aspiration to hit through the squeeze. So a laborious first inning for Ciccone. This will be pitch number 21 and still just 1 out.
Got to give credit to these Tiger hitters. Finding a way to square the ball off, seeing more pitches. This is only a plus for them.
That's a strike on the outside corner. And a slider for the first strikeout of the afternoon for Ciccone.
Slider right there, frozen. After seeing 97, you got to sit fastball and react. As this one just drops right into the box. Stayed up too. It's a good pitch to hit.
Stephen Vogt thought he would be composed. Ciccone. Poised young man. For a fastball for strike one to Torkelson, with Carpenter at first and 2 down here in the top of the first. We saw that routine about an hour before the game. Ciccone was out in the Guardians bullpen in full uniform, not really warming up, just going through mock motion. As if he was trying to visualize how he wanted to start his delivery. It was unusual to see a starting pitcher out there that far before game time.
I've seen pitchers get grounded a little bit, you know, going out there without shoes on, feeling the earth a little bit, but I've never seen guys an hour before visualizing that much. Truly remarkable.
Straight to him, Torkelson. There he was. This was an hour before the first pitch.
They're catching the ball too, so everything is with a purpose. Stephen Vogt told us his routine. Everything he does.
Torkelson, who didn't like it with good reason. That pitch was just off the strike zone. Jack Flaherty will hope that he gets that kind of strike zone as he takes the mound. A 29-year-old veteran from Southern California. After his second stint with the Detroit Tigers. Among the numbers, 15 losses. He went 8-15, and the loss total led the American League.
Yeah, he's been there before. He's a guy, you know, the numbers aren't going to tell you how good he really is in the postseason, but this is a guy you want out there. If you're A.J. Hinch, you're looking for another starter besides Tarek Skubal to go out there and dominate. And he's done it before. Very emotional, methodical guy. Looking for a little grip it and rip it action from him, but he's going to break down everything he throws on that outer half and try and break that slider down in.
He's ready to go to work to Stephen Kwan. And he takes the ball down and in. Kwan went for 8 in this series. And that one hit was a big one yesterday in that 5-run 8th inning. He takes a strike. Right after Brian Rocchio homered to give Cleveland the 2-1 lead, Kwan doubled, and then Daniel Schneeman followed with a double. And then later in the inning, a 3-run homer to cap it by Bo Naylor. After they had done almost nothing through the first 16 innings of this series. Two balls and 2 strikes. In the air and left center.
Oh. Yes!
In the regular season. Lowest in franchise history. Their 296 regular season on base percentage, the lowest ever to make a baseball postseason. And that's continued into this series with a 169 batting average. But as Stephen Vogt says, they willed their way to victory. They have the ultimate amount of belief. George Valera got him started in the right direction yesterday. Home run in the first inning. His first postseason home run in his second career playoff game. He had played in just 41 games in the regular season.
Yeah, the Guardians kind of took a little breath of fresh air right there when he did hit that home.
Chops it down to Zach.
Got him, yes!
Throws him out. I should say he had 41 at-bats in the regular season. Over 16 games. So here's Jose Ramirez.
As you see everything here, most all these pitches are away and down. He does have 1 home run against him. But he's going to come at you.
As A.J. Hinch has said, typically he tries to make sure Ramirez doesn't beat the Tigers. So the interesting approach for Flaherty with 2 outs and the base is empty. Against one of the best players of his generation, one of the best in franchise history. 30 homers, 85 runs batted in, 44 stolen bases over the regular year for Ramirez, now 33 years old. He takes the ball down the way, and clearly they were working carefully to it.
Yeah, and it's one of those things right here. I would give him the swing sign, the green light. I would let him attack here if it's a pitch he can drive.
Good pitch, fastball on the outside corner. Chopper foul. Ramirez led the Guardians in homers, runs batted in, walks, and extra base hits. In addition, was 44 steals. Over the last 30 years, only 4 others led their team outright in all of those categories, and also stole 40 or more bases.
Got it, yeah.
More information. No score after innings. Slade Ciccone got out of the first inning unscathed, despite throwing 26 pitches, one shy of the most he's ever thrown in the first inning. Ringing line drive off the bat of Riley Green. And it's caught by Chase Slaughter in his second major league game. Here's Taylor.
Ciccone traded this offseason from the Diamondbacks for Josh Naylor, and Ciccone said the Guardians have changed basically everything about him. They identified his curveball as his best pitch and wanted him to throw it more. He's doubled his usage of that curveball, and Sean, he'll throw it against righties and lefties, although it's mainly against lefties.
Traded Josh Naylor, and now pitching to Josh's brother, the catcher Bo Naylor. Dylan Dingler took strike one. Massillon, Ohio native from just down the road from Cleveland, looking for his first hit in the series. Takes a strike on the inside corner, a fastball.
Nice little quick pitch right there. You don't see that too often. Got set. Not too high of a leg kick, came through. Caught him off guard there.
Cicconi's a strike thrower. Just 32 walks in the regular season. Tied for the 8th fewest in the majors among those who made a minimum of 20 starts. He started 23. Swing and miss. And another high fastball. He's struck out 3 of the first 6 Tiger hitters.
Well, the numbers are going to tell you he's going to come with something off speed, something slow. He came right at Dingler. Fastball's up, a recipe for success for Ciccone. Changed it up a little bit. Talk about working backwards. He went right at him right there.
Here's Zach McKinstry. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0 for 5 in the series. He has walked a couple of times. Change up line 1-1.
McKinstry's been involved in a lot of plays here too, with the safety squeeze, getting thrown out at third.
Ground ball fair past the first base bag. C.J. Kifis makes the play. And the 1-2-3 inning with just 8 pitches for Ciccone. He threw 26 in the first. Chase DeLauder will hit second. And the Guardians come up with the bottom of the second. Yankees and Padres winning yesterday to force those game 3s. Only the Dodgers completed a 2-game sweep in this wild card round as they dispatched Cincinnati. Kyle Manzardo, the batter, 1 for 8 in the series. Cleanup hitter with some power, facing the former Dodger Flaherty, who was a part of the World Series championship over the New York Yankees last year. He has a lot of post-season experience. Not all of it's been great. He drops the curveball in. His previous 10 playoff appearances, 9 starts, a 5.36 ERA. Made 5 starts in the postseason for the Dodgers last year at a 7.36 earned run average over 22 innings.
Got him, yeah.
There's Chase DeLauder in his second major league game. It's a high ground ball. In right field, first ball swing. The DeLauder family here again today as they win first major league debut yesterday. It's his first big league hit.
He's not wasting any time. Yesterday he came out swinging 2, had him breaking ball down a piece. Right through the 3-hole right there.
Mom, Melissa, Dad, Jason. Watching their 23-year-old son. Borderline strike call. Chase yesterday, just the 6th player in Major League Baseball history to break into the big leagues in a postseason game. Got off to a rough start. The second batter of the game hit a fly ball to him, and he dropped it, dealing with a bright sunshine in center. He came in after that half inning and made a joke about it with Stephen Vogt. Grateful that Tanner Bybee struck out the next 3 hitters, and Detroit did not score. Gabriel Arias, the hitter, swinging it.
God, yes.
Dropping the ball might have helped him relax and settle in. He went up for his first at bat, had a great at bat, fouled off a pitch with 2 strikes, worked it to 3 and 2, and wound up drawing a walk. And he told the legendary Cleveland broadcaster Tom Hamilton this morning, how could it be worse? They dropped the fly ball on my first chance.
Exactly. He went up to the manager, Stephen Vogt. He said, man, that's a nasty splitter. And he said, welcome to the big leagues, kid. So all first things for him, excitement all through the time.
There's the legendary Tom Hamilton, radio voice of the Guardians and the Indians before that. The winner of the Ford Frick Award. His outstanding broadcasting. He's in Cooper's time where he belongs. And they have had some memorable calls here in Northeast Ohio and around wherever Indians and Guardians fans listen. From Tom Hamilton this year and for many years.
One of those voices that you never forget. I played here. I remember hearing some of the great calls against us. When I played, I didn't like it too much, but understood. One of the best to do it.
The Lauder leads from first. Bo Naylor takes ball 3, apparently just low. He's the younger brother of Josh Naylor. Got traded for Sakai, then Arizona moved him along to Seattle. Bo hoping he'll take on Josh in the ALTS. They will if the Guardians win today. And he put the finishing touches on that shocking 5-run 8th inning with a 3-run homer that gave them a 6-1 victory.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to reach out and touch somebody right there. Slider found the barrel of the bat, put it in the perfect spot in right field.
Takes off running on a 3-2 pitch. Of course, later in the game, DeLauder made a great throw on that play at third base, of which Zach McKinstry was originally called safe. And 2-run score for Detroit. They thought they had a 2-1 lead in the 4th, but after a replay review, McKinstry was called out at third. Dylan Dingler did not cross the plate before McKinstry was tagged out, so the Tigers got just that 1 run, wound up not scoring again. Xavier Baez who delivered the hit. Steve Butson, we knew he had a good arm, but I haven't seen him play in about a year and a half, so it was good to see it. Naylor reached for a pitch in a high pop-up.
Yes!
But then rallied to make the postseason. The largest deficit overcome to win a division. 15.5 games back of the Tigers. And in 4th place, Minnesota and Kansas City were each 14 games behind Detroit in the Central. Breaking ball from Saccone. Misses to Javier Baez. He's been a hitting star in this series. 4 for 7.
Shortstop number 28, Javier Baez.
Until the end of the year. See where we're at. We're going to be right where we need to be. And lo and behold, they were.
Game under 500 still in early September. They were without Emmanuel Clase, their outstanding closer, who was suspended. When they went to a 6-man starting rotation, they just put together one great start after another. With a rotation a lot of folks around the country probably didn't know much about it. There's 19 straight games when the starters gave up 2 earned runs or fewer. They wound up going 20-7 in September, the best record in the major leagues, to win the Central by 1 over Detroit. Bringing ball way outside. And Detroit's fade certainly helped. They had the worst record in the American League, 7-17 in September. Grounded foul past Joey Cora, the third base coach. He'll be watching his brother Alex and the Red Sox tonight with great interest. No score, we're in the third. Baez lofts a fly ball to shallow left. And a running catch made by George Valera.
With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
There's a number 9 hitter, Parker Meadows, who had been their leadoff hitter, but he's been a part of that team-wide batting struggle for a while now, so 1 for 8 in this series. He's been dropped down to the number 9 spot. David Torres is their new leadoff man. Saccone missed low. It's 7-1. He's thrown a first pitch strike to 7 of the 9 hitters. They have Tim Herron warming up in the bullpen.
Imagine being a player. You bat lead off for the first 2 games in the postseason. Manager says you're going to bat 9.
Yeah, he has a base hit. High ground ball single through the right side.
Yes!
I think it kind of takes the pressure off of where I was trying to get to, and you see right there. Got a good pitch to hit. Drove it hard into right field. Sometimes moving in the order is good. And for Meadows, it's really good.
Interesting. And the move pays off so far for Hinch. Can they put hits together with men on base? That's been the problem in this series and through the end of the regular season. Torres fouled one off. He lined to left to start the game. Be surprised to see somebody warming up on the
This is
left.
like I sleep with one.
The Meadows is the first he's given up.
No, not at all. This is the coaching game. Both teams. This is the way they work here. I'm not saying he's going to come in, but matchups, matchups, matchups.
Breaking ball high. Both bullpens were used for multiple innings yesterday. But as Stephen Vogt said, you go in, you go home. It's all hands on deck. And he does think they'll have Keith Smith, their closer, even though he has pitched in both games and threw 31 pitches yesterday.
I think both coaches are playing this chess match together, and they're trying to figure each other out. If they bring this guy in, are they going to pinch hit for Carpenter, all this kind of stuff? And we see all the pitches here. All hands on deck, doesn't matter.
Ground ball right.
Yes!
So Torres has a hit. And the Tigers have runners at first and third with 1 out. And that might be it right here for Saccone with the left-handed batting. Carpenter coming up. The lefty Herron will be brought in from the bullpen. Just a couple of ground ball singles given up by Saccone. And he gets the quick hook with both teams facing elimination. No score, but the Tigers are threatening in the third. Playoff game. Here's the lefty Tim Herron. Carpenter stays up there to hit this early in the game. A.J. Hitch isn't going to make a change. Sometimes he does later on.
Yeah, and here's the thing, you don't have to get the hit necessarily. You have to find a way to get the guy in, whether it's a ground out or fielder's choice. Don't try and do too much. The big hits will come.
Or the safety squeeze that they used in game one. Down the line, it's a fair ball off the glove of Kafis and down the right field line. Meadows has scored. Torres to third, and in the second base goes Terry Carpenter. He scored that a double and a run batted in for Carpenter. And a 1-0 Tiger lead and 2 more in scoring position.
It's just a two-seamer inside. Kafis went the right decision with the backhand there. Gets the second hop. That's what eats him up. Came up a little bit as his ball does stay fair right on the line. Maybe trying to overthink a little too much coming home or going back to second.
Fastball outside to Wencel Paris, so that'll be an earned run charge to Saccone. A team that specializes in run prevention, they're not great at a couple of different positions around the diamond. Defensively, talking about run prevention, it's often the pitchers doing that job. Kafis, Manzardo, Noel have played first base. Paris struck out against Saccone in the first inning. He fights one off. And it's 1-2.
We talked earlier about the strikeout. Putting the ball in play, putting the pressure on the other team. I don't know if that run would have scored if he came up with it. It's a decision they're going to have to live with.
It was a difficult play, but one you would hope your first baseman would make. Pop up right by the mound, and it's caught by Kafis. And almost collided with Jose Ramirez. Well, you've had a few of these over your Major League career.
Everybody's yelling, screaming, I got it. First off, Tim's got to get out of the way. Aaron's got to get his butt out of there. Listen, I know pitchers are athletes. At least that's what they say. Get out of the way. Let one of your infielders catch the ball. All you worry about is putting the ball in the glove. They got the out. And now another situation with 2 guys on in scoring position.
And a curveball low to Spencer Torkelson, who struck out ending the first against Saccone. Well, the Cleveland bullpen yesterday, it was virtually flawless. It did not give up a run in 4 1/3 innings. Another good off-speed pitch by Herron. Herron came in at a key spot in the 7th inning yesterday. 1-1 game, got back-to-back strikeouts as Detroit stranded 2 of those runners. After they had 2 men on with nobody out to start the inning, that happened twice in yesterday's game. Had the first 2 men on and couldn't get anybody across.
Thinking about both games, they find a way to get 2 more runs here. That is so huge with the not many runs scored.
Will go back to the mound with the lead. He's hoping it's more than 1-0. They're in run prevention mode. That's on a play to the right. Because one of the things A.J. Hinch was asked about after the game yesterday, when Vogt brought in Herring with 1 out and 2 men on, in a tie game in the 7th. Riley Green, who's been their home run and RBI leader, has had a terrific season, was lifted for Jamon Jones, a right-handed batter. Jefferson strikes out, just as Jones did yesterday. Jack Flaherty pitching with a 1-0 lead now. And through ball one to CJ Kifis. Breaking ball missed. Flaherty wants a new ball. Giving up just one hit so far as he faces the number 8 hitter. That was a single by Chase DeLauder last inning. That's well struck down the right field line and into the seats. Now I think, Todd, if you asked CJ Kifis, he would say he should have fielded that boundary ball down the line that was scored a double for Terry Carpenter.
Of course, as an infielder, you want every ball. It was a two-hopper. You had to turn. Just one of those, if you could have done it again, attack that ball once you see that first hop, which you didn't.
From the backhand, it's a stinging line.
Yes!
Huge go-ahead homer in yesterday's game. After the game, he talked about how Jose Ramirez gave him the advice, be ready for the fastball, and he certainly was on the 0-2 pitch. And I've been saying right by Ramirez during these games, Sean, and the young hitters will come up to him asking him for advice. So not just one of the all-time great hitters of this generation, but also a great teammate in advice.
Rocchio has become a huge fan favorite with his heroics in the postseason. He broke the wall one time with a solo homer to right. He said the wind was blowing in so hard yesterday, he thought throughout the day, well, I'm going to have to keep the ball out of the air. And then he put a charge into one through the breeze. Outside.
Flag, that wind blowing in yesterday, it seemed like the right center. It was staying up. You hit it to right, that thing was going.
A breeze today, but not quite as breezy as it has been in the first two. We are at that point in the late afternoon now where the shadows are an issue. Well, here again by Rocchio down the right field line and into the seats again.
The 7 pitches he's thrown this inning, 6 sliders, and this is the bottom of the lineup. So he's not messing around, understand? They go through all the decisions they want to make. They know who they're facing. He's working backwards motion. You don't see that too often on your last couple of hitters.
Swinging and miss and a curveball. He struck him out. And a strong first trip through the lineup for Jack Flaherty.
Yeah.
Just one baseman over the bar. Single last inning.
All these sliders and breaking pitches have been outside the first one. That's a back foot buckler. Hard away, soft in.
Stephen Kwan looks at a strike. He lined to left. Leading off the Cleveland first. Detroit leads 1-0. Flaherty misses low. He won a World Series ring with the Dodgers last year. They presented it to him when the Tigers opened the season in LA back in late March. Broken back, little bouncy down the front.
Yeah.
Good footwork around the back by Spencer Torkelson. It's a 1-2-3 inning. After 3,
Out of the bullpen early here, bringing in Heron to face Carpenter. What went into that decision?
Yeah, I mean, we talked before the game that if there was traffic when he came back around, we would go. And now we've got Cantillo coming in that's got a lot of length. So it was a soft plan, but it ended up coming to fruition. Timmy did a great job escaping that jam.
DeLauder with a lone hit in your group. What have you liked about his at-bats?
Oh, he's just ready to go. We've seen it for 2 days. He's not scared. He's not afraid. He's going right after him. He's being aggressive. So we're going to get some things going offensively, but Flaherty looks pretty good today.
Thank you. Sean?
yeah, they didn't think DeLauder would look or feel out of place, and he has not. And as Stephen Vogt just mentioned he's on to his third pitcher of this elimination game already. The native Hawaiian Joey Cantillo. He's divided his time between Cleveland and their AAA team in Columbus. The lefty missed outside with ball one. 34 regular season games for the Guardians. 13 of them were as a starter. And Stephen Vogt told us before the game, he's a guy who can give them multiple innings. He hasn't pitched since Saturday. Pulled by Riley Green. Foul.
Fastball changeup guy they are. They're looking for length from him. See how far they can go until they get into the big guys that come in at the end.
Now Green slices one down the left field line and in for a hit.
Yes!
No advance by Green. Hit the ball hard his first time up as well. Line to center for an out.
Different type of team here. They squared the ball up 5 times. This one not doing too much. Fastball right in the center of the plate. Lets the ball travel a little bit more, knowing there's a hole over there to left field.
The lead man on for Dylan Dingler, who struck out swinging against the starter Ciccone. Speed pitch and Dingler out ahead of it. Ciccone went an inning and a third, gave up a 1-run and was earned. A little Kate Street helped him at first. Did not come up with the bounding ball. 2 hits surrendered by Ciccone, a walk and 3 strikeouts. He threw 47 pitches. He got taken out. 1 out into the third. Heron came in, gave up the hit to Carpenter that brought home the run that was charged to Ciccone. And Heron got the next 2 for Vogt and Willis. He threw 12 pitches.
See that change up, there's a couple of them staying up in the zone. The one he got the swing and miss on was down. As a hitter, you see that thing up, you let it fly.
Fisted foul over by the Detroit dugout. Cantillo's pitch. He's struck out. Dalen fans for the second time for the first out of the 4th inning.
Fastball 1 away, that one jammed on the inner half. Perfect pitch, just tip your cap. After a couple changeups that had no part of being in the zone that were up, and the fastball got it on the inner part.
Zach McKinstry now takes the ball that drifted up and away. 0 for 5, but he has walked a couple of times. Cantillo wanted that pitch, he doesn't get it. Two balls, no strikes. Cantillo, another big guy, 6'4", 225. That changeup missed up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. McKinstry to be followed by Javier Baez. Green, not much of a threat to steal a base. He's stolen just 2 in the regular season. That's a 4-pitch walk. Apparently that was one. So here they go again with 2 men on. Seems like that's been a recurring theme in each of these last 2 games.
Just the one uphill. A couple base hits to the right side of the field the first 3 games. Well, now the first 3 games. He's just been very hot as a hitter. He's been hitting the pitches he's supposed to.
She's on this with you. It's Javier
Get
Baez.
up there a little further up in the lineup. Boy, he's been hit. Javi Baez.
You're moving up one spot from 9th to 8th. Baez fly to right his first time up, and 2 hits in each of the first 2 games. He started to heat up again after he, like many of his teammates, had a very tough time at the plate down the stretch. Soft one dropped in. 6-game hitting streak for Baez. Back to the end of the regular season. Foul ball off to the right. 0-2.
Baez shaking his head up and down there saying, all right, I got you. I was ready for that one.
Green at second. McKinstry at first. He's striking out with a changeup. Second strikeout of the inning for Cantillo.
It's a good pitch right here, too. Way out of the zone. Started off the plate, ended off the plate. Sometimes Javi gets in that swing mode. He wants to go attack. Perfect pitch.
1 for 4 now with runners in scoring position. Parker Meadows, lefty against lefty. He singled in the 3rd inning and scored the only run of this game. Single with 1 out. Moved up on a single by Gleyber Torres, who scored on that double down the right field line by Carpenter. 2-0. Cantillo did work in the postseason last year, got into 3 games out of the bullpen. Finished this season well. He was the American League Rookie of the Month for September. With 2-0 with a 1.55 ERA. He should be out of this inning. Stephen Kwan from the sunlight into the shadows. The Tigers straining 2 more.
Welcome back to Cleveland, joined now by Tigers manager A.J. Hinch. A lot of runners on again for you guys, but you were able to cash in once. What have you thought about the overall approach?
We've been good. I know we're getting runners on. We're having a hard time with the extra hit. Give yourself enough chances, and we need a big hit today to obviously separate ourselves.
You guys do have the lead, though. How will that impact the way you manage Flaherty?
I'm just watching Jack every inning and seeing how he's doing. His stuff is plus. His demeanor is really good. He's going to keep the ball until we need to turn over the pen. It's a long way to go. He's going to give us what he can.
Thank you. Sean?
He's given him 30 very strong innings. He's allowed just 1 base runner so far in a single that chased the Lauder in the 2nd. And his first pitch of the 4th is a strike to George Valera, who grounded to 3rd his first time up.
He's got that slow pace, under control windup. It's beautiful to watch.
This is his 3rd straight start that's come against Cleveland. Missed low there with a slider. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's one of the reasons A.J. Hinch decided to go with Casey Mize yesterday. The Guardians' recent familiarity with Flaherty. That's a nice pitch. Slider at the knees. Detroit lost both of those games on September 17th, September 24th. Smashed down the right field line. They clearly got Pierce for the 2nd time.
second pitch. He stayed through the ball. Valera used his eyes and let his hands work right there, bringing this excitement back to the Guardians and the faithful.
8 years in the minors before Valera was called up for the first time on September 1st. And he's had an impact in this series. The home run yesterday. And now a ringing double from Sam Ramirez. Got ahead of it down 3-0 his first time up. Flaherty came back to strike him out.
Same story, 3-0 count to Ramirez. Again, this might be the best pitch you get. I'd be ready to click right now.
I wonder if they'll give him a pitch to hit the first base open. What a pitch that was. Hit the outside corner at ease.
3-0 slider right on the corner, painted.
There's action in the Tigers bullpen. Foul tip and a curveball. So for the second straight at bat with Ramirez, Flaherty fell behind 3-0. Got it to 3-2 the last time and struck out Ramirez.
For so long. Again, this guy, a future Hall of Famer, found a way to get the job done. If you're looking for someone to lean on as a Guardians, this is your guy, and he came through once again.
His first RBI of the series, Kyle Manzardo takes a fastball just outside. Evening the count, 1-1, struck out swinging in the second. Good at inducing ground ball double plays. He had a stat high 11. Ramirez takes off running with 3.
Yes!
What a strike by Dingler. And Ramirez caught stealing. He had 44 swipes in the regular season, was thrown out only 7 times.
First off, what a reaction on a breaking ball. Got it through it. Look at that fire. Look at the tag, too. He knew it right then and there. Baez, no look tag. Saw the helmet coming up. Oh, what a change of momentum.
That was the first attempt at a stolen base in this series. By either side, they rave about the catching ability of Dingler. It was on display right there.
If you can't do what you bat, find other ways to do it. And as a catcher, no other better way.
And Zago flipped it on play. Understand why Cleveland struggling as they do to score runs. Stan Ramirez with 44 in the regular season, a career high.
You wait for those opportunities too. As a catcher, you cannot wait for somebody to steal through an absolute strike to second base.
Pitch is long. So 3 men in the city for each. Valera the double. Ramirez singled it in, and he was caught stealing. And now a walk to Manzardo. He's on his second trip through the batting order. Here's Flaherty.
As we look through the second time, the numbers go up and up. And it bodes true today.
Chase DeLauder. The swing and a miss for strike one.
You know one thing about him, he's going to be up there hacking. If it's in the zone, doesn't matter what pitch, we've seen it before.
He chops it towards second. Good play by Baez. Fielded the ball, stepped on the bag for the first. And another play ends the inning. A base hit by Ramirez. Fox 1. More sports. One unbeatable price bundle savings for just $39.99 a month. Joey Cantillo drops in a nice curveball for strike one to Gleyber Torres. The young lefty from Hawaii faces the top of the Tigers' order in a 1-1 game. Torres is lined to left, single to right. Takes a strike inside the corner at the knees. Hit in the third. The starter Ciccone out of the game, his first of this series. We're in game 3. Terry Carpenter on deck, then Wencel Perez. Another gorgeous day here in Northeast Ohio. Been 3 Chamber of Commerce days for this series.
Now here's the time to the shadows. I think this is about the right time as you see the sun go in and out. Playing a couple tricks on you as a hitter.
Breaking ball just missed. Time requested by Gleyber Torres. Long-time New York Yankee. His former team hoping they'll advance tonight on ESPN against the Boston Red Sox. Swing and a miss. He has an excellent changeup, and that's been on display this afternoon.
You guys talking about the shadows. I talked to several of the hitters about it, and the best way I heard it put is you lose trust of your swing because you don't see the baseball the same. And the general consensus is that out of the hand, everything looks like a fastball. You can't see spin, so you're really just trying to catch tips from the pitcher, Sean.
Thank you, Taylor. Breaking ball low to Carpenter. What was your approach when it was a situation like this?
Yeah, nothing ever changed for me. It was fastball or nothing. I think that was part of my problem. I never trusted myself enough to stay back. But again, yes, you want to sit fastball and sit for a spot too. I think that's even harder to do.
Carpenter's looked at 2 balls. He's been on base twice already. Walked in the first inning. And against Ciccone, did that double in the right field line past the first baseman Cephas to knock in the Tigers' run in the third. He brought home Parker Meadows. Cantillo in his second inning of relief. He's now fan 3. And that's ball 4 up and in. Carpenter on for the 3rd time.
Doesn't always have palm trees. Corona, La Playa awaits.
And for the winner of this game, Seattle awaits. The American League Division Series.
We've seen a lot of like the Phillies and Seattle Brewers. They're doing these little mock scrimmages, which I thought are pretty cool. Understanding, hey, you got 4, 5, 6 days off. Might as well have a little scrimmage, a little inter-squad. Let's see some live pitching.
I thought I heard on Sportsmanlike this morning, the Phillies had 31,000 for one of those skits.
There was a bunch. We've seen it before too. Like these teams that are playing right now, they get hot and all of a sudden they go to their opponent and they take care of business.
Wencel Perez. Another Good off-speed pitch by Cantillo. It's starting to struggle to find the strike zone. Joey's thrown 34 pitches, more balls than strikes. 20 of them have been balls. Chopped over the mound near second base. Rocchio sliding play. And a double play.
Don't call it a comeback. Gee, there's only one.
First pitch of the home half of the fifth. The ball from Jack Flaherty. Barbiolarius, the hitter, he struck out his first time up. This one to center.
Got him, yeah.
Nobody really all that close.
There were certain times he might take him out, but this isn't it. He's having a really good outing. 4 in the third, 3 hits, 4 Ks, and he's not overpowering. He's manipulating batters and finding strikes in the zone.
We do have 2 pitchers warming up in the bullpen. Cal Finnegan and Tyler Holton. Finnegan, the right-hander, they both pitched yesterday. But this might be a spot for the lefty with Naylor at the plate and another left-handed hitter, Kafis on deck. Naylor popped out and foul ground to end the second inning.
Hinch had a really, really good quote today talking about, you know, how do you feel when you don't make a decision and when you do? He says, I have more nightmares when I don't make it, because when you do, it's supposed to be a good thing, and if it doesn't happen that way, you already planned it. These are the guys that are supposed to come up and go out and make the right decisions and get the outs or make the hits, but when you don't make that decision, that'll haunt you a little more.
2-2 from Flaherty. Slicing in the left field. Riley Green over in the corner to make the catch.
Yeah.
AJ Hinch said Flaherty's not the kind of guy who's going to be nervous. But he can be emotional. Sometimes he starts to question his own mechanics. How his body's moving, get a little bit too tied up in that. AJ said he's at his best when he just grips it and rips it. He thinks sometimes that's why he pitches his best games against the best opponents. He did say, did Hinch before the game, if Flaherty's rolling, I'm not married to going to the bullpen just because it's an elimination game. CJ Kafis took a ball. And another. He lined his center his first time up. Borderline strike. Pretty good pitch. Number 71 thrown by Flaherty. Is playing in the postseason for the first time. Takes the ball low. Two outs, the base is empty. And a 3-1 count. Should Kafis reach Rocchio, scheduled to hit next.
You got to look ahead too with who's coming up. You got switch hitter in Rocchio and then lefty switch hitter. So it might be an opportunity to bring the left-hander Holton in.
The two-out block. AJ Hinch trotting to the mound. Rocchio is a switch hitter. Not a lot The difference in the regular season, left versus righty at 236 left-handed and 224 from the right. Going to bring in the right-hander, Kyle Finnegan. Good job by Flaherty.
No, I don't want to look. Eric.
Got from Jack Flaherty. 74 pitches. Only 4 2/3 innings. Having allowed just one run, he is responsible for Kafis, the runner at first. And here's Rocchio, the switch hitter, who takes strike one. Finnegan, 56 games in the regular season, came over the deadline from the Washington Nationals. They wanted back for Rocchio against Finnegan. In his career, he's 0 for 1.
Very good split finger fastball. Throws the ball hard, mid to upper 90s. His out pitch is that splitter, though.
Foul ball straight back. Finnegan pitched an inning in 2/3 yesterday. Did not face Rocchio. Retired 5 of the 6 men he faced yesterday through 18 pitches. He should be fresh. The ball down and in. A good block by Dingler. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kafis at first in a 1-1 game in the 5th. Off-speed pitch just a little bit high. So Kafis will get a head start on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs.
How many times have you seen Rocchio come up with this opportunity? He's been clutch.
Two home runs in the 8th inning or later in the last 4 games. Chop one foul. Sunday at the walk-off 3-run homer in extra innings. The Guardians clinch the AL Central. And of course, he had the go-ahead home run in the 8th inning yesterday. A solo shot breaking a 1-1 tie. Kafis runs again, and Rocchio fouls one away. Tough last stints in AAA this year for Rocchio. And he's come back to be a very important player for them during their run to the postseason. And now here in this wild card series. Torkelson plays behind Kafis. And the pitch is hit down to Spencer. That ends the inning. After 5 in this elimination game, Detroit and Cleveland tied at 1.
Back change up, get his eye level change. Fastball in, he fouled off. Said, here comes another one. Hit it if you can. Beautiful piece of pitch.
2 shutout innings from Joey Cantillo. I mentioned a starter for much of the year. And Stephen Vogt was confident he could give them multiple innings today. Liner right. Valera makes a running backhand catch on the ball hit by Torkelson. He's now 0 for 3. Two and a third innings now for the lefty.
You see those couple walks, that really didn't mean nothing there. He was just trying to get ready. 3 strikeouts. If you're Stephen Vogt, you are very happy what you're saying.
They do have Eric Sabrowski warming up. Another lefty. Vogt said if he gets in, it won't be for very long. He's pitched in each of the first 2 games of this series. Riley Green, the hitter. He's hit it hard a couple of times. His line to center and single to left. And single was against Cantillo, the first man to bat against Joey when he came into the game to start the 4th. Cantillo's from Hawaii. He was the Hawaii High School Baseball Player of the Year back in 2016-17. Lazy fly, look out!
Got it.
Makes the catch. He and Valera almost collided. And they hug it out.
Yeah, that's just an experience right there. Find a way to catch the ball. Both of them have not played with each other too much. You hear them calling for it. But in a big stadium like this, you're not going to hear too much.
They've not played really together much at all.
Give me a hug, big man. That's all. You caught it. That's all that matters.
We're lucky they're able to smile. That could have been ugly. Dingler took a ball. And now a strike. Cantillo was drafted by San Diego out of high school in 2017. And in 2020, they traded him here in a huge trade. Came over with Austin Hedges, Cal Clunkel, Gabriel Arias, Josh Miller, among others. There's a well hit ball to left. By Dingler, way back at the wall.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Dylan Dingler, who grew up just down the road in Massillon, Ohio, as an Indians and Guardians fan. He has given the team from Michigan a 2-1 lead.
Boy, did he need that, too. He's been struggling at the plate. Made some huge outs, thrown guys out at second base. What a great swing on a heavy changeup.
His first hit of the series has been 0 for 9. 5 strikeouts. Eric Sabrowski. Foul ball back to the screen. Games in the regular season for Sabrowski, and he's been in each of the first 2 games of this series. Third of an inning in game 1, 1 inning yesterday.
He's been really, really reliable here. Came in now all 3 games. Done his job.
His history runs pretty well. Hit a sinker over the line. He's thrown out by Arias. Ends the inning. Detroit has taken the lead. Its first home run of this series from Dingler. Set up with the home run to get started today. Look at the money line. Detroit with the lead, 2-1 on a home run by Dylan Dingler. Drew up a Indians and Guardians fan. He's had a great day. Not just the home run. Finnegan's still out there, and this is outside with a ball to Stephen Kwan, top of the order. There's Dingler who threw out Jose Ramirez, trying to steal in the 4th inning. And Cleveland had just tied the game. They're trying to get the go-ahead run in the scoring position. Dingler threw him out with a beautiful, perfect throw. 1-1 on Kwan, who's 0 for 2. Valera Valera and Ramirez scheduled to follow. Dylan Dingle with the day's hat, the first catcher for the Tigers to throw out a runner and hit a home run in the same postseason game since Lance Parrish did in 1984 in Game 5 of the World Series against San Diego. Lance homered off Goose Gossage, threw out Luis Salazar. That's good company.
That's very good company.
AJ Hinch raves about him. We mentioned it yesterday. He calls all the pitches. They have the pitch count, but the pitchers aren't calling their own pitches. They admire the great job Dingler does, puts the work in to be well prepared. 2-2, Finnegan and Kwan. Hot touch shallow left, and it's run down by Tigers.
Tigers have stopped Kwan. He's got one hit in these 3 games. You get the spark plug out, good things do happen. This pitching staff has been incredible. Getting the spark plug out, and Stephen Kwan.
Here's Valera, who's been a threat offensively in this series. The homer yesterday. He had a double to right and scored the Guardians run in the 4th. The lefty Tyler Holton is warming up again in the Tigers bullpen. Just missed. Palpable anxiety here at Progressive Field. The crowd's gotten very quiet after the Dingler home run. Two and two on Valera.
These teams have played all these close games. Got many extra base hits. It's a 1 inning yesterday in the 8th where the Guardians came through. Now the Tigers finding a way to get one over the wall.
Just low, Valera. The benefit of that call.
You see that a lot too. You see the Dingler coming down and raising the glove up. The umpire's going to see that, and most of the time call it a ball.
Chopper foul over into the Tigers dugout. Finnegan in relief of Jack Flaherty, giving just 1 run over 4 2/3 innings. And Valera's making Finnegan work. The 8th pitch of the at-bat. Upcoming. And again, very little traffic on the bases for Cleveland. Hold on the ground to second. Edward Torres and Spencer Torkelson. Here's Jose Ramirez, who drove in his first run of this series with his single that brought home Valera, who led off the 4th for the double. And Jose was caught stealing. The first time since late July 24th against Baltimore, the caught stealing thrown out by Dingler today. Ended his streak of 13 straight. Stolen successfully.
They've been pitching him away, off-speed fastballs. The only time they really got him out was a breaking pitch low in his zone on a full count.
Too low, you heard David Rackley say, the little bit umpire. And now a strike.
think they got to come with one fastball. 3 splitters in a row. Is it just a show me pitch just to get him back on that splitter?
The regular season, 285 career homers and 287 stolen bases. The only player in franchise history to have both of those numbers, 285 homers plus and steals. But he's gone to a full count again. And the fans who come to their feet. Ramirez gets a fly ball, pretty well hit and left, but Riley Green is there just shy of the track in the game. Second, works a 1-2-3. Happy for these messages we heard from our ABC station. Let's watch that exciting game tonight. Hits a fly ball, well hit to left, and that's off the wall. Played by Cron, he fires towards second. Not in time, really serious for Baez. He's hit now in all 3 games, he has 5 hits. He's 5 for 10.
And that was really loud too off the bat. Fastball. That's a spot right there that Javi Baez loves to swing at. That little inside fastball keeps his hands through, hits the wall in a different direction. Juan makes a nice play, just not in time. This guy has been absolutely phenomenal these first 3 games hitting wise.
Meadows turned as if to bunt.
In this situation, you want the third baseman to come and get the ball, so it makes it easier for Baez to get the third.
They sacrificed only 5 times in the regular season. They did it twice in a win in game 1. Sobrowski on. Throws to first, and Meadows hustling big. Parker Meadows runs well. Well, he got there ahead of the throw from Sobrowski, so it's runners at the corners and nobody out for Detroit, leading 2-1 in the 7th.
Looked like Sobrowski took his time here, kind of nonchalant. And yeah, his foot did get there before the throw. You don't want to hurry, but at the same time, understanding this guy can run, you got to get the ball to your glove and throw it. Small ball at its finest.
There's a pitching change. Hunter Gaddis will appear for the 3rd straight game. Tigers leading 2-1 and looking to add more in the 7th.
The NBA on ESPN is happening now.
Slider. Fastball in, slider away.
He's already the 5th pitcher for Cleveland. High slider there, probably not where he meant to throw it. Baez is the runner at 3rd, and Meadows is at 1st. 2 runs, 7 hits for Detroit. 1 run, 3 hits for Cleveland. And the ball way outside. Gaddis pitched 2 in the 3rd innings in the first 2 games of this series total without being scored upon. He's a workhorse, 73 appearances for Roden Willis in the regular season, 6th most in the league. Trying to punch out Torres, he spikes one, and a good block by Bo Naylor.
You know, a lot of sliders are coming. Maybe an opportunity to send Meadows to second base.
They're a team that does not steal very often. They've been an aggressive base running team base to base. But they're not fast. Matter of fact, A.J. Hinch, I think of the numbers of the 29th slowest team, or fastest. There's the bottom. Back to the mound. Gaddis with the runner back to third. Nice play. He throws Baez. So now it's second and third and one out on a hard comebacker off the bat of Gleyber Torres.
It's an unbelievable play. Gaddis comes through, flips the glove in a great spot. Hard hit ball. Holds the runner at third. What a great savvy play. Javi Baez seeing that. You got to see the ball get past the pitcher. It doesn't. Next thing you know, he had a chance there, but he was off balance. I think that was the right move.
So they intentionally walked Kerry Carpenter and a pitch to the switch hitter, Wenzel Perez, hitting number 3 in the batting order for just the 19th time this season. With the bases loaded, the infield still in. Perez is 0 for 3 today. 0 for 9 in the series.
Big swing. Cut down on it, try and put the ball in play, and make some magic happen here.
It's a right, that's going to drop for a hit.
Yes!
As the score, Meadows comes to the plate. It's a 2-run single for Wenzel Perez in a 4-1 Tiger lead.
We know about that great slider he has here on changeup. Caught his slider, kept the hands in, look at him choking up on the bat. Perez knew it right when he swung. Perfect placement, great swing. And the Tigers took him till 3 games and finally get some runs scored. The runners in scoring position, the dugout is fired up. Big opportunity to put some more on the board too.
Carl Willis to the mound. It can be tough on these relief pitchers 3 days in a row. Credit A.J. Hinch. Nobody uses more different lineups than A.J. Hinch. When we looked at the lineup, I think both of us were a little surprised that Perez was in the 3-hole. But he had his reasons why. And Wenzel delivered.
Yeah, and I think everybody in this team understands that we versus me attitude. Doesn't matter where you hit. As you see the numbers there, 3 for 8, runners in scoring position. They know somebody's going to step up no matter where they hit in the lineup.
As offensively challenged as Cleveland is, this seems like an enormous lead for Detroit. They like to add to it. Runners still at first and third. Torkelson sends one in the air behind the plate on a goal. So it's Zabrowski charged with both of those runs. They retired just 1 batter. Gave up 2 runs earned on 2 hits. No walks or strikeouts. He struck out 3 pitches. Torkelson's had a quiet series. Maybe this is when he'll step forward. He's 1 for 9. He hits it hard.
Yes!
His second RBI of the series. Detroit is up 5-1.
They have been waiting for this all September and now in October. They're getting the big hits when it counts. Coming up absolutely huge. Drives the ball to left field. Good first to third action too.
Still just 1 out. 7th batter of the inning, Riley Green. That's line right.
Yes!
Perez scores. Torkelson is second. It is 6-1, and they are starting to feel it in that Tiger dugout. Second hit of the day for Riley Green. for Perez. He had the enormous hit. With a team that couldn't get a base hit with a runner in scoring position for 2 days, and stringing them together now. They had 5 hits in the inning with the intentional walk to Carpenter in the middle of it. Is going to be the new pitcher. He'll appear for the first time in this series. When we come back.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you still have symptoms, be bold.
And now the Tigers, think about Parker Meadows, getting the bunt down, getting the wheels turning, beating out that for a base hit. And then it just kept going after that. It's contagious.
Okay, we talked to A.J. Hinch before the game. What do you do when your team can't get hit? Runners in scoring positions. They encourage you to swing it by the pitcher. They also said the bunt might be in play again today. The bunt, an important part of the inning, and Meadows with his speed beat it out. Here's Festa for the first time in the series. Pitching to Dylan Dingler. He put them on top last inning with a solo homer with 2 outs, breaking a 1-1 tie. That came against Cantillo, who's the pitcher of record. Festa missed outside.
Just think about all September, what they went through. 15 and a half games out and now coming through in this huge inning. They haven't done this in a very long time, and they're not done yet.
Late swing at the sweeper.
With Festa, you're going to see a lot of sweepers, fastball sweeper guy. And you hope throw that thing as many times as he can.
63 appearances in the regular season, nearly a 4.12. He is the 6th pitcher of the day for the Guardians. Bullpen so outstanding, particularly yesterday. Cantillo, Sabrowski, Dallas, Walden, Charlie runs, and now Festa hits the batter. 3-2 pitch to Dingler. Tigers are batted around. And Stephen Vogt saying, wait a minute, I don't think that was a hit by pitch. They thought it hit the butt of the bat.
Look, his hands above the knob there.
All employees pitches get challenged.
After review, the call appeal is overturned. There was no hit by pitch. Second return.
Rick Carapazza, the crew chief, first base umpire today. Stephen Vogt was raving about his video people. Well, that was a flavor water. It's the kind of hitting that would drive you to the bottom. Gunnar Wilhelmy is the video guy. You know, we asked him yesterday. He challenged the play at third baseman, McKinstry sling, hauled, safe. He challenged me. He said, yeah, my replay guys told me within 15 seconds.
You have to work on that and practice on that one because that's so hard to do.
Yes, oh boy.
it around. It's McKinstry. He takes a 93-mile-an-hour heater for a strike. Cleveland bullpen yesterday, 4 2/3 combined scoreless innings. Today they've given up 5 runs in 4 innings on 8 hits and 4
Du bist
walks.
wieder ein Zach McKinstry.
McKinstry's good. And if they want to win this game, the Tigers, this is a nice way to go to Seattle. Feeling like maybe some of these guys have found the mark offensively.
Yeah, a little momentum.
Steve and Bo thought that 5-run 8th inning yesterday would carry over. He felt like it was a pressure release for some of his hitters, the offense as a whole. And good luck, Seattle, if you have to face that man. Tarek Skubal, who was dominant in the Game 1 win here 2 days ago. And that's a strike on the outside corner. McKinstry called out. Second out of the 7th inning. Slashing swing and miss for a strike. Baez double to get this inning started. Guardians dugout. Baez 5 for 10 in the series. Stephen Vogt talks about run prevention. Can't allow any more. This is already an enormous hole for a team that hit 226 in a regular year. They did not come back from any 5-run deficits in the regular season. They were 0 for 28, the Guardians, in the regular year when they trailed by 5 runs or more. And they're going to need their biggest magic act if they're going to advance. The inning is over on a pop-up to the second baseman Rocchio. 5 runs for the Tigers in the 7th, and they're up by 5.
Yeah, looks like the Guardians are not going to the White House this year.
This game win the series, but they'll take the all-time lead in this rivalry. They enter today regular season and postseason games, each with 1,167 wins. That's unbelievable.
That is really remarkable. Talk about 2 teams that are very comparable. That's kind of spot on.
Historic comebacks are us. We shall see. Here's Tyler Holden, the 3rd pitcher for Detroit. Another beautifully pitched game from Jack Flaherty and Kyle Finnegan. Finnegan faced 4 batters, retired them all. So now Holden facing Kyle Manzardo, who hits a fly ball to right.
Yeah.
Manzardo was the 2-1. Second time in this series.
If you're the Tigers at home, you can take a couple chances here. Throw fastballs in the spots you want to. Maybe take a chance or 2. 5 runs is huge, especially when these 2 guys play each other.
Chase DeLauder sends one out of play to the left. He singled to right in the 2nd. First major league hit in his 2nd game, both in the postseason. He grounded into a double play in the 4th. That was the inning when they looked like they might have the rare big inning.
You can kind of see this guy's hands working really well. He's quick punch to the ball. It's going to be a great hitter if he stays healthy.
Waiting for him for a while, drafted in 2022.
Got him, yes.
Just getting started.
Red Sox, Yankees.
Deciding games in the wild card. 3 elimination games today, including the Red Sox and the Yankees tonight. 8 Eastern on ESPN.
This
The all-new
is the series finale of MLB on ESPN.
pitchers squaring off of that one. On and down on the base hit. Arias has a hit. He's a fine series with the bat. 2-out base runner here in the 7th. Finally early for Boston tonight. The lefty came up late in the year and has impressed against Dan Schwiller, who grew up in beautiful Walpole, Massachusetts, a Red Sox fan, pitching for New York tonight. Ground ball to short by Bo Naylor.
Got him, yes.
Dream come true to play in the postseason against the team he grew up cheering for. He had the big home run that got the offensive party started here today. He told me his favorite player was Jim Thome. Now, if you're doing the math, when Thome originally left Cleveland, Dingler was just 4 years old. So he told me he grew up watching highlights of Thome. He was always his baseball inspiration. So really cool full circle moment for Dingler.
Thome, number 25. His number up there. There's also a statue here for him. High fly to right by Parker Meadows, handled by George Valera. Meadows moved out of, there's the Jim Thome statue. Moved out of the leadoff spot. Has had a nice game today. He was a terrific player. They've had a lot of people over the years.
Great person too, Jim Thome. I hope he gets to meet him one day. He's the absolute stud of a person.
Jacob Junis is the pitcher. So you're obviously relying on his reputation. Yeah.
Of course. I know. I've met him a couple times.
Oh, I thought you said you hadn't.
No. When I was with the White Sox, came over, gave me a couple compliments. Like, dude, coming from you, I'll take every single one of those. Massive hands, forearms. He hit some absolute monster home runs here, too.
Some terrific teams in those days when he was here. Junis got a generous strike call in the inside corner to Gleyber Torres. And a pitch down and away. Junis family will be watching the game tonight. The Red Sox Yankee game with some interest. His brother Noah is the bullpen coach for the Red Sox AAA team in beautiful downtown Worcester, Massachusetts. The Red Sox. Torres thrown out on the grounder on the left side of the infield. That'll be interesting tonight. 2 rookie pitchers. The Yankees won last night. Felt like the Red Sox missed a lot of chances there. Durant a drop fly ball. Rafael didn't get a bunt down. Even didn't score. On a play where it looked like he might have. A lot of little things going to be that outcome different last night.
We got Kim Schlitter on the mound. Tall in stature. Throws the ball hard. We know the Red Sox, a couple of guys don't like that hard heat, so we'll see if they can catch up to it tonight.
It seems like you're making the homer pick and going with the Yankees.
Never said that. No. You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just telling you. I think it's going to be most likely another one-run game. These games are always pretty close.
This one opens up last inning of a 4-run inning for the Tigers. Perry Carpenter up. They still believe here in Cleveland. Their hope is faint. Guardians down by 5. And bottom of the 8th inning, here's the veteran Tommy Kahnle making his first appearance of this series. And he induces a swing and a miss by C.J. Kavis.
Even throw that changeup almost 90% of the time. You can even sit on it. Still very hard to hit, but he's known for those changeups.
36-year-old veteran, the Albany, New York area. That's a lot of changeups.
He went 61 changeups in a row last year in the postseason. I mean, that has got to be some sort of record. You can sit on it, but it's hard to hit. He comes with full force, and it looks like every time he's going to throw that fastball, and just bam, falls right off the table. He's developed a really good idea of how to throw that pitch.
For a while, he was closing games for them. Pounding ball up the middle by Chavis. Baez in the right place, and a strong throw to Torkelson for the out. 5 outs left now for Cleveland.
We got it. Yes.
Brian Rocchio for 2. They ignited a 5-run rally in the 8th inning yesterday. Swings and misses at the changeup. Now, would you be sitting on that changeup? You're thinking, hey, well, after 61 in a row, looks like a changeup grip there.
They'll let you know it's coming, too. I think the hardest part about hitting it is the spin. Usually you can pick up the spin or the tilt on the ball. You can't. Everything looks like a fastball out of his hands. And then you're ready for it, and then it just falls off. I mean, here it comes again. I mean, 90% of the time.
Isn't a changeup a change from something else?
There's nothing else.
That's a new name in his case.
It's called the slow boy.
And behind Rocchio, 2-1. Hard ground ball to base hit. And if this is the end of the year for Rocchio, he has finished with a flourish. After a couple of stints, 6 weeks in AAA during the year. He may not go back there anytime ever again.
He's made a name for himself.
There's Stephen Kwan, 0 for 3. That's just the one hit in the series. That double during the 5-1-8 yesterday. Up and away for ball 1. It's a double for Kwan. As we learned all season long, you count out these Guardians at your own risk.
Yeah, with that changeup that Tommy throws a lot, sometimes it hangs up there. Kwan sees it up. That's a pitch he loves to hit. Keep the hands inside the ball. What a sweet swing right there. Finds it. It seems like when Kwan is right, he's driving that ball down the line. He's great getting that ball in his fast box. He's saying, let's go. Find a way, guys.
And A.J. Hinch isn't going to hesitate. That's it for Canely. They'll get to Will Vest, who's been terrific in the back end of their bullpen this season.
A top 20 doubleheader. Vanderbilt and Alabama.
Detroit leading 6-1. The winner of this game wins this series. goes on to Seattle for the ALDS. It'll be George Valera to greet Will Vest, the right-hander who pitched in Game 1 here on Tuesday afternoon and picked up the save with an inning and a third of relief. Yeah, they were in just over 3 in 64 regular season games, and he saved 23 in 30 save opportunities. He's a strikeout pitcher, 75 and 68 2/3 in the regular season. As we saw, a good athlete, former shortstop, made a big play on that comebacker when Jose Ramirez was at third base. And one out in the ninth inning. They fielded the comebacker off the bat of Cal Manzardo. Wound up tagging out Ramirez in a rundown.
Here's like George Valera.
Including a double run scored today. Their only run back in the fourth inning. That tied it at 1. Detroit got a go-ahead home run from Dylan Dingler in the 6th, and they batted around, so 10 men to the plate to get 4 runs in the 7th. Strike inside corner of the knees.
Valera came up in that big 9th inning in the bottom of the 9th, struck out as a pinch hitter. He's seen him twice now.
This is just Cleveland's second at bat with a man in scoring position today. And 1 for 1.
You see that slider pitch inside. You might want to back off the plate just a little bit if you're Valera so you can see it a little bit longer. It's a really good pitch by Vest. This is their bulldog right here. They're going to ride him out to finish this game.
91, it just missed. It's remarkable all the opportunities Detroit's had with runners in scoring position. And Cleveland had only 3 yesterday. They went 2 for 3. And only 1 today, 1 for 1.
Got him, yeah.
You see so many sliders, you're not seeing that fastball once. Holy.
Ramirez at first base open. They have to have it spot for Cleveland. Working carefully to him. With the club on first, puts the tying run in the on-deck circle. Cal Manzardo, the lefty, is on deck. Left-handed hitter. Ramirez takes ball 3 outside. Would you come after those Tigers or would you pitch around?
I would go after. You're up by 5 runs just like that. You know, they'll talk about don't give in, don't give in. I mean, listen, that's such a big inning. An opportunity to get this out here, to save this in. Go ahead.
Ground ball backhanded by Torkelson. The ball dropped by Vest. It rolls over to the Detroit dugout. Now he throws to second. Long time. 2 runs scored. And it's 6-3. The talking AJ Hitch about the play Vest made in Game 1 of the comeback. He said, I was so glad with him. He's a terrific athlete, a very good fielder, a former shortstop. That one hit him right in the glove.
Yeah, he just dropped it. Let's see it. Well, yeah, just dropped it. Went right in the glove, hit right off his face after the throw.
overturned on a challenge.
The throw, I mean, we talked about it, you said it. Used to be a shortstop, do an absolute dart to second base.
Yes!
We've seen it all here, Sean.
Yep, that's a huge development. All overturned, so. The new pitcher, their closer, is working in every game. Then again, Vest made a remarkable play. And maybe Ramirez doesn't know the history. That's a couple of times Vest and Ramirez in big plays on the bases. The comebacker in game one. And some question Ramirez for taking off, but they had the contact play on in game one. Steve Wiltz, as soon as you see the ball go down to the ground, you're taking off. You don't know that it's going to be right back to the pitcher. Swing and a miss. Perez strikes out. Let's take a look at the best in the game presented by T-Mobile. And it was the 4-run inning with the big hit in the eighth by Perez, knocked in two. Torkelson and Green also had RBI hits as they scored 4 runs on 5 hits. And left 3 men on base. They're piling up the left on base again today. They have 8. But they have 6 across. Yesterday they left 15. And scored only 1 run.
We were wondering if Cade Smith was coming in today. 31 pitches yesterday. Yeah, we're seeing him right now.
Yes. David Road almost looked at us as if to say, "You're crazy." We asked him if Smith be available. So absolutely, Torkelson a high pop-up. Caught by Arias, the shortstop. Ramirez has had several adventures on the bases. Of course, he was thrown out trying to steal in that 1-1 game back in the 4th earlier today, ending a streak of 13 straight successful stolen bases. Riley Green, chopper on the left, handled by Ramirez on the first 2 out. From the longest team, it looked like they were dead and buried in early July, 15.5 games up. Even with the worst team batting average in franchise history, they managed to come from 15.5 back to make the postseason. They have 1 more uprising left. Strike 1 taken by Kyle Manzardo, their cleanup hitter and DH.
Visitor tonight, Kyle Manzardo.
Facing Will Vest. 29,891 here, the biggest crowd of the series. The ball high.
They're changing blue straight fastballs. Not going back to that bread and butter slider here. Trying to attack the zone, see if you can get this first out.
Chase Delauder on deck, and then Gabriel Arias do. Manzardo shoots one foul off to the left.
That was the pitch right there that he could have drawn. That ball pushed right down the middle.
The pitch. Shot up the middle.
Got it, yes.
Defense, his tags. He's always been known to get that sharp slap tag down. Look at his ball right all the way behind him. Comes across. Usually you flip all the way around and throw the ball. There's the wherewithal to do that. That's a huge first out.
Here's Delauder in his second major league game at his first big league hit in the second, a single to right off Jack Flaherty. Kyle Finnegan would be the winning pitcher. Vest can finish it and get 2 saves in the 2 wins in this series for Detroit. Loss would go to Joey Cantillo, but still 2 runs left. Chopped off the play.
Got it. Yeah.
See the talent.
Yeah, very much so. He looks really good out there as a pitcher and as a fielder, making the great plays.
So now the Tigers 1 out away from victory. Daniel Sheeman pinch hitting. He took ball 1 outside. Last year was the Guardians who took a winner-take-all Game 5 in the ALDS. Lane Thomas, the big grand slam. Now it's Detroit trying to win this deciding Game 3 of the wild card series. Two teams that never met in the postseason prior to last year. Two very entertaining series. Remarkable season of comebacks. The Guardians are down to their final strike. Sheeman rolls it down to first.
Oh, we won. Yes. We're going to the divisional playoffs.
They find a way to do it once again on the road. They did it in Houston last year, and now they do it in Cleveland. A.J. Hinch, look at him, finding a way to put the right guys in at the right time, and he came up clutch with their hitting today. They are moving on.
The largest home lead in the division ever by the Detroit Tigers.